In this section, let us look at how we can build a model using a machine learning algorithm. There is so many algorithms out there, and each algorithm has its pros and cons in terms of its accuracy and performance. In this course, we'll be using a very simple algorithm called decision tree. The good news is we do not have to code the algorithm out ourselves. They are already programmed for us in a library called scikit-learn. So let us go to the top, say from sklearn.tree. This is the library, and from this library, let's import decision tree classifier. So sklearn is the package that comes with the scikit-learn library. This is the most popular machine learning library in Python. In this package, we have a module called tree, and in this module, we have a class called decision tree classifier. This class is what implements the decision tree algorithm. I hope that was clear. Now let's go ahead and create an instance of this class. So come to the end, let us create an object called model and set it to a new instance of the decision tree classifier. Now we have a model. We need to train it so that it learns patterns in the data. And that is pretty easy. We call model.fit, and this is a method. This method takes two datasets, the input dataset and the output dataset. So let us pass in those. Make sure to use the values property for either of these data frames. Remember, the values property provides the data in the form of a two-dimensional array, as we saw a few sections ago. The next step is to ask our model to make a prediction. So we can ask our model something like, what is the genre of movies that a 21-year-old male would like? Now, before we do that, let us, for just a second, inspect our initial dataset of movies_data. Alright, we discussed a while ago that we assume that men from the ages of 20 and 25 tend to like action movies. But we do not have a sample for a 21-year-old male yet, right? So since our model is trained on this particular data, if we ask a model to predict what genre will a 21-year-old male will like, it is expected to say action. Similarly, we have also assumed that women of ages between 20 and 25 like comedy movies, but we don't have a sample for, let's say, a 23-year-old woman. So if we ask a model to predict the genre of a 23-year-old woman, it should be comedy movies. So with these assumptions, let's go ask a model. So let's go back to the code, remove this line, and instead, we're going to call model.predict. This method takes a two-dimensional array. So we have the outer array, and inside of this, every element inside of this will also be an array. So let us pass the first item, which is an array, inside of which we can pass a new input set. So we can say 21, 1. The 21 is for 21 years old and 1 for male. So this is like a new record in the table, right? So we're done with the first input set. Let us pass in another input set for a 23-year-old female. So here is another array. So here we provide 23, 0. So we're asking our model to make two predictions at the same time. So this method returns a result, and we can store it in a variable called predictions. And let us now inspect the value in predictions as well. Hit run and let us see what we have. Our model is saying a 21-year-old male is likely to like action movies and a 23-year-old female likes comedy movies. So our model could successfully make predictions here. Great. But there is one more thing. So this time our model was successful, but it isn't always the case. Our model will not give us accurate results 100% of the time. So as we discussed earlier, right after we build a model, we have to evaluate its accuracy. If the accuracy is low, we may have to fine-tune the model or change the algorithm altogether. So in the next section, let us see how we can measure the accuracy of the model. And if you're liking this course, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next section.